Hello fellow audio nerds, I'm Steph and this is Major Hi-Fi. Today I have with me this really pretty little headphone, the Fostex T60RP. It's a new release from Fostex and they released it over NAMM this year, so I'm excited to give them a listen and see how they sound. They look really pretty. When I took the headphones out of the box for the first time, I noticed the headband seems really strong and durable. It's also very flexible here. It's got the dual layers of leather with a little bit of padding. The most vulnerable spot of this headband is where the headband actually connects to the yoke, which connects to that ear cup. So this piece right here is made of plastic, but it feels like a very durable piece of plastic. It's super thick. And it's also like a very light headband. So I think that the strength and durability that comes from this light headband is pretty impressive actually. The ear cups, as you'll see, are made of mahogany, and this is the first headphone in this line to be made of wood. So I'm really excited to hear these because I've seen sort of these revisions out and about that people will take Fostex headphones and make wood ear cups and housings for them. Because the sound sort of resonates in there. I don't really know, I've actually never tried those types of headphones before, but I am excited to hear these with the mahogany finish on there. You'll notice that the ear cups are pretty large actually, but I was most impressed because they're actually very light. It seems like this wooden piece is relatively thinnish. It still feels very durable, but it just is also very light. So the combination of the light headband and the light ear cups makes these headphones really comfortable to sit on your head. Now along with that, you've got these really soft ear pads as well that are sort of a memory foam type ear pad that are also a little bit firm. So it's not as soft as something like an Odyssey ear pad, but rather it's got, you know, that a little bit of shape and firmness to it. It's coated in a synthetic leather here, and it feels really nice. It feels comfortable, and I feel like I could wear these, I could wear these all day. So the drivers inside these are the RP, the regular phase drivers from Fostex. So the idea is that these will be perfectly in phase with each other, and so that way they will kind of produce the most amount of details as possible, because there won't be this sort of delay between the two sides. Something really nice about the mahogany ear cups then is that they actually provide a little bit of depth to that driver so that it can push a little bit more air, and it's got nice room to breathe. The cans are semi-open, so they really should have a nice soundstage. We'll see how it goes when I get to listening. The low frequencies of these headphones is really full, thick, very solid sounding. They're not remarkably fast, but they do feel detailed, and overall they sort of feel just supportive, if that makes sense. Now there are boosts at both 40 Hertz and 60 Hertz, it sounds like to me. And so as a result, you get a little bit of cloudiness down there. However, this cloudiness is actually pretty aesthetically pleasing, and especially for genres that like that sort of boost in the low end. So hip hop, pop, EDM, anything with like synthesized instruments actually sound really nice, especially in the low end with these headphones. The low mids of these headphones feel very separate from the rest of the mid-range somehow. Maybe it's due to a small frequency cut at 650. I sort of doubt it though, because there's a boost at 200 and another boost at 500 Hertz. So due to that boost at 200 Hertz and 500 Hertz, electric guitars, pianos, synthesizers, they all have a heavy fullness to them that makes songs that want that extra bit of energy really have the body down there. Unfortunately, this thickness sometimes works against it, and it can make some instruments feel a little bit less airy and intimate, if that makes sense. Vocals still sit in a good space because of boosts at 3 kHz and 5 kHz, and just like the other instruments, sometimes they lose a little bit of intimacy though, even though they're still up front in the mix. The high frequencies have really nice extension, although because of the relative bigness and thickness of the rest of the frequency range, a frequency response, they actually come across as a little bit modest. There are boosts at 8.5 and 11 kilohertz, which makes cymbals kind of sit a little bit higher in the mix than they would otherwise. I'm not a huge fan of that part of it. And mixes that emphasize that part already will be a little bit on the harsh side. But for the most part, it works okay. So onto the soundstage of these headphones, I was super impressed with them, and I sort of imagined that I would be, but it's a little bit subtler than I was anticipating, but the subtleness is super aesthetically pleasing. It has really great width, an awesome sense of height because of that low and high frequency extension. So the soundstage is just really well done overall. In conclusion, these headphones are a really high quality pair of headphones. They have a very rich, thick sound that works better with certain genres than others. So if you really like genres and music in general to have a really nice, thick low end and a big kind of mid-range, you'll like the sound of these headphones. For more details about the T60RP, including the specifications and the rest of my experience with them, you can check it out at majorhifi.com, where I have the kind of full written review there. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you thought this video was useful, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. All right, everybody, I'll see you next time. Peace.